Welcome to the Direwolf Den. Members of the Soul Pack, your alpha is waiting.
What's up, pack members? It's your Weird Spirit Alpha here, and welcome to another video. So, this video is going to be pretty unique. Most recently, I've completed my Power Rangers journey. What I mean by that is, as of this moment, I have now watched every Power Rangers series there is at least once. Some of them I may have watched like many, many years ago, but it still counts. At this point, I've seen every series at least once. So to celebrate this, I decided I'm going to do every Power Ranger morph there ever was. For this list, or for these morphs, I'm mainly going to mainly focus on the Red Ranger as the primary ranger. But of course, if there are certain rangers like the Six Rangers and other rangers that have their own unique morpher, which does a completely different method to morph, we're gonna do that instead. But whatever the case, it should be a lot of fun, and I'll let you know what series they are for each of them. So, without further ado, let's go and get started. All right, with If Mighty Morphin. Okay. But I guess another thing I should mention is I actually don't have half the physical morphers, so I didn't think there was any point in like digging up the three morphers that I had. So yeah, first for this, I'm just using my imagination. Just imagine if I had the morphers in my hands or on my arm or however they did it. So, wherever the case goes, let's get started with my morphin. Alright then, it's morphin time. Tyrannosaurus, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. But, yeah, no, I'm not the best at doing the poses, so I just don't try to do them. But, that was Mighty Morphin. Pretty simple. Then, now we're going to move on to the Alien Rangers. So, it's morphin time. Red Avatar Ranger Power. And that's it. Next up is Power Ranger Zeo. So, it's morphin time. Zeo Ranger 5, red. Alright, so that's that. And next one, do the Gold Ranger for that series. Morphin time. Gold Ranger power. And that's that. Alright, now we're going to move on to Turbo, which is actually a Power Ranger series I finished most recently. Alright, right. Shift into Turbo. Red Lightning Turbo power. And, yep, and if you want to do the B team, you morph almost the same thing. And shift into Turbo. And, yeah. Now we're going to move on to In Space. Let's rock it! Three, five. And then, all right, that. Next up is Lost Galaxy. So go, Galactic! Galaxy Red! All right, so yeah, pretty cool. And there's one Magnet Defender. Magna Power! Hmm. Magnet Defender, ready! Me just adding stuff to it. Next up is Lightspeed Rescue. So, Lightspeed Rescue! Huh. Red Lightspeed Ranger. And if you wanted to be run Titanium Ranger, I'm gonna do the whole scene. This is no game. Titanium power. Titanium Lightspeed Ranger. So yeah. Now we're moving on to Time Force. So I think it goes like this. Ready? Time Force. And yep, that's that. And then if you want to be a Quantum Ranger, Quantum Power. And so yep, that's that. Now we're moving on to the Wild Force. Alright. Wild Access. Ha! Guardians of the Earth. United we roar. I'm not gonna do that whole thing right there. I actually did that when I first did this take, and it hurt my wrist a little bit, so I'm not gonna do it this time. Sorry, but I love to do it, but now's not the time. Anyway, now we're moving on to Disney era Power Rangers with Ninja Storm. And so Ninja Storm, Ranger Form, ha, Power of Air. I know it has the whole pose, but yeah. Then for the Thunder Rangers, we'll go with Thunderstorm, Ranger Form, Power of Thunder. And if you wanted to be Cam, the Green Samurai Ranger, your Summer Storm, Ranger Form, ha! Green Samurai Power. So, yeah, pretty cool. Now we're moving on to Dino Thunder. Your Dino Thunder, power up. Ha! Tyranno Power. If you wanted to be Black Ranger, aka Tommy, rest in peace, Jason James Frank. Dino Thunder, power up. Brachio Power. And then if you want to be Trent, the White Ranger, you just go White Ranger, Dino Power. Drago Power. So, yep, that's that. Now we're moving on to SPD. So, SPD Emergency. SPD Red Ranger. SPD Red. So, yep, that's that. Now we're moving on to Mystic Force, which is actually my second favorite series. Alright. Magical Source. Mystic Force. Fearsome as Fire. Red Mystic Ranger. And if you want to be the white one, White Mystic Ranger Udana. Huh. Magical Source, Mystic Force. Flurry of Snow, White Mystic Ranger. Next up is my personal favorite of Mystic Force, which is Dagger on the Slayer's Knight. Sun Solar Cell Morpher. Magical Source, Mystic Force. Power of the Sun. Yeah! Solaris Knight. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, that's how much I care about him. I did that whole morph right there. And then if this even counts as a morph, or if we have Leon Lowe, the Wolf Warrior, Magical Source, Mystic Force, Burning Heart of Fire, Wolf Warrior, Defender of Truth. And I'm not going to count Claire's morphing to the Gatekeeper as a real morph, since that's just, one off. But I will do the little same thing. Power of the Shining Moon, behold the Gatekeeper. I just thought I'd give her a little tribute. But now we're going to move on to Operation Overdrive, which in my opinion is the worst series. We can all agree it was probably one of the worst. But anyway, okay. So more for the basic team. Overdrive, accelerate. So, yep. Or if you, I guess that was a little bit more first episode. So, Overdrive, accelerate. There we go. That's a little better. And then if you wanted to be Tyzon, the Mercury Ranger, best Ranger in the show. I actually did like him. And Overdrive, accelerate. And yep, there we go. Now we're moving on to my favorite series, which is Jungle Fury. Just pretend I had these shades in my pocket. Okay. Jungle Beast, Spirit Unleash. Yeah, yeah. I can't do all the hand movements, but yeah. For Theo, yeah. And then for Lily, it goes, ha. Don't just capture their unique movements when they throw those out. Then we have my favorite Ranger series, RJ. Goes, ah, Jungle Beast, Spirit Unleashed. And then for Dominic, the Rhino Ranger, Rhino Morpher, Initiate. Ah, Jungle Beast, Spirit Unleashed. And Jungle Fear is awesome. I love that series. Next up, we have RPM. So for the base, 3 Rangers. Ha, ha. RPM, getting gear. For Dylan and Ziggy, the green and black RPM Rangers, they go, ha, ha. RPM, get in gear. And then for Gem and Jenna, some of the Gold and Silver Rangers, engine cell, activate. Ready, RPM, get in gear. And so, now that is the Disney era, and we're moving on to the post-Avon era, which is Power Rangers Samurai, the series I supported like an idiot back in the day. Alright, so let's do this. Samurai, sir. Go, go, Samurai. And if you want to be Antonio, clearly the best ranger of the show. Oh, Samurai Morpher. Go, Power. Yep. Let me step back a little, but yeah, Antonio was awesome. I like him. Now moving on to Megaforce. It's morphing time. Go, go, Megaforce. Huh. And there we go. Never Super Mega Force, pretty basic. Just a Super Mega Mode. That was it. Not much to say about that. Alright, next up, we move on to Dino Charge, which is a really awesome series in my opinion. And so, let's do this. Morphing time. Dino Charger, ready. Dino Charger, engage. Energize. Unleash the power. Yep. And there we go. Next up is Ninja Steel, another very awesome series. Pretty much a better version of Samurai. Right. It's morphing time. Power Star. Lock in. Ready. Ninja spin. And yeah, and there we go. Actually, I didn't mean to smack my wrist there. That's why you heard that loud crack. But oh well. Anyway, that wraps up the post-Saban era. Now moving on to the Hasbro era, which is the current one, and the last Ranger era until Disney does something else with Rangers. But anyway, next is Beast Morphers. So morphin' time. Activate Beast Power. And then that was it. Such a simple morph, but I still liked it. And now we're moving on to Dino Fury. So let's see. Dino Fury key. Activate. Link to Morphin Grid. And then for Cosmic Fury, very awesome miniseries. That was pretty simple. Just like Cosmic Fury Orb. Ready. Link to Morphin Grid. And that's done. So, yep. That's pretty much me doing all the Power Ranger morphs there are. Folks, I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, this is Spirit the Alpha signing out. I'll see you guys back in the pack. And as always, may the power protect you.